I mean, health and safety law, I mean, I've got some experience of OSHA as well. All it really comes down to is managing hazards and risks. It
Hmm.
won't give you a very prescriptive way to do that. It will just say fire risk, try and manage it this way, and this way. The detail is different from job to job, site to site, project to project. They're always going to be different. So you have to be adaptive. So nobody can possibly know everything. You can't, because I've not worked on every continent in every country on the planet. I've not worked in every industry in every sector. I have no knowledge on nuclear power, aerospace. I couldn't go into those sectors, so I don't
Hmm.
think about it. So you have to be adaptive, and you've got to be honest and upfront. And you also just have to use the resources around you. The resources is, if I want to know how to manage this building a bridge safely, then I'll go and talk to the people that build bridges and have a chat with them and find out, what do we do? How do we do it? Can we do this? Can we do that? And they'll say yes or no. And that's it. I think experience, like I say, 20 years later, I can do that because I'm quite comfortable in myself in the sense that I don't really feel like I've got anything to prove. But you're
Hmm.
right. Certainly as a younger man, I would often go into these places and just always feel like, oh, crikey, I need to know this and I need to know that, and start worrying. But I don't worry anymore. I mean, even now, even 20 years later of being on rail, I still go into meetings where there are guys that have done 35, 40, 45 years. I still feel like I know nothing compared to some of these guys.
Right.
But I see that as an opportunity to learn and grow, not to worry and start getting sort of, insecure. And
Hmm.
like you say, with the younger guys and women that come through, I think it's just about saying to them, observe, ask questions, and put your pride away. That's it. Just take your time and you'll be fine. Yeah.
Yes, sir. And so I have one last question. My
Sure.
my laptop's about to die on me, so I was like, man, I got like 18% left. But I wanted to get this last question in. You mentioned well, let me say this first. When I got into safety about 6.5 years ago, I started reading of, IOSH, NIOSH, our Occupational Safety and Health Administration. And I kind of got a little confused, and then I found out there's the American uh institutional groups, and then there's the UK institutional groups. And you actually spoke about NEBOSH.
Right.
The last gentleman that I spoke to in Africa, and I know me and you have talked about this, outside of this podcast, this segment here, is IOSH and NEBOSH being um, pretty much the same kind of stuff we have here in the States.
Yeah.
If you could kind of explain to people what those institutional groups are set up for, and how they help the UK citizens today.
Oh, NEBOSH is it's an organisation that kind of sets the standard in terms of what you need to do to get the certification and the qualifications. So it's an educational centre. They have courses that you can do. They provide you with all of the materials. They do the exams, but it's an internationally recognised qualification as well. So you'll quite often see jobs in the Middle East, Africa, and here in Europe that will ask for NEBOSH qualifications. They are an equivalent to the US versions,
Okay.
but you don't typically. I don't think I come across anybody with the US versions outside of the US.
Hmm.
Whereas I would imagine people from the rest of the world going into the US with those types of NEBOSH qualifications. But yeah, I mean they're the main body that really sets the standards in terms of where your knowledge level needs to be.
Hmm.
You pay your membership fee, and what that can sometimes mean is you get your acronyms after your name so that people know what level you're at. So I'm certified, and the next will be chartered. So I'd be a chartered health and safety practitioner. So just to look at my CV, someone will know, okay, he's gone through a certain level of education in health and safety. He's done his exams. He's passed the exams. With the chartered one, you do an online assessment with IOSH. This is, and then you'll have a board interview by three chartered members that have got lots of experience. They'll ask you some questions about how I manage my what we call a CPD, which is my development, and they want to see that you're constantly managing your knowledge. You can't just get your qualification
Right.
and then leave it.
Yeah.
They want you to monitor it and manage it so that you're always learning new things or making sure that old knowledge is being superseded by new knowledge.
Okay.
So that's a really important part of what IOSH and NEBOSH do is making sure that you're always learning. But yeah, I mean, like I say, they set the standards for what we do and how the exams go. But other than that, I mean, some people like NEBOSH.
Mhm.
My route was also slightly different. I did some NEBOSH and I did an NVQ in a different way as well. So
Mhm.
my diploma is not NEBOSH, but it is the same qualification, same level. So
Okay.
there's different routes that you can go depending on how you like to learn. I mean, some people love reading books,
Yeah.
some people don't, and they prefer the hands-on practical knowledge of building a portfolio of evidence to say, "Look, this is what I've done
Right.
for you last year. There you go," and then they get the qualification. So there's different ways of doing it. But IOSH, they're the ones that really, when you get individuals with the bits after their names, that's what comes through their IOSH membership. So this is probably not. I mean, I don't speak on behalf of IOSH or NEBOSH, but
Mhm.
NEBOSH kind of do the examination side of it, and IOSH are the accreditation and the sort of the levels that the acronyms that come after your name in a nutshell.